This video is a high-level overview of the setup process for the GrokSpark Messaging and Positioning Hub. For more details on each section, see videos and articles in the Getting Started section of the knowledge base. Find a link to it here in the Help section of the main nav. Setting up the hub consists of three main stages. 1. Setting up the messaging framework. 2. Adding messaging to the hub. And 3. Creating automated messaging docs. Setting up the messaging framework. The first thing I need to do is decide if I will use the standard messaging framework or if I need to customize it for my company. But I shouldn't feel like I need to get it perfect from the start because I can always add to it or change it later. By going to the admin section of the main menu and clicking on Messaging Framework, I can see the standard messaging framework that comes with my messaging hub. It has a number of the most common B2B message types activated, including company, products, features, benefits, challenges, personas, industries, use cases, and customers. And it has fields set up for each one by default. For many, this will be a good starting point. If customization is required, I need to determine what message types to include in the framework. By clicking on the Edit Details icon of any of these types, I can then activate any of the inactive message types or inactivate any of the active ones. I can also add my own custom message types by clicking on the New Type button. It's best if I start with the message types in my framework that I intend to use now and add message types later as I get time to build out the messaging for them. When I've added my new message types, I will then want to go to the Relationships tab to set up my inheritance rules for auto-related messaging. Adding messaging to the hub. Once I've set up my messaging framework, it's time to add my messaging to the messaging hub. To add messaging, I'll go into each message type in the messaging hub section of the main menu. Here I can either manually create a new message by clicking on New Product in this case, or I can import it from a CSV. Noting that it's best to download the import template for each type to make sure the headers for each field are set up correctly. Once in, I can relate the message to the other messages of the types that need to be directly related, meaning the ones that aren't automatically inherited from the relationships that I set up on my framework. Next is creating automated messaging docs. With my messaging and my relations added to the hub, I can now start setting up my messaging docs so users have a pre-built library of core messaging docs to cover some basic needs. Of course, any user can easily spin up messaging combinations by creating their own docs, either from a template or from a blank slate. In this case, I'll create one from a template. I will do a feature launch brief. I'll call this one Test, and I'll filter it on Case Management. Create the doc, and there I have it. Now I can go and I can export it to Word. I could add it to a folder, save it as a template, or if I want to, I could get a public link to a dynamic version of this doc or get an embed code to put it into another system. Check out the more detailed videos and articles in the knowledge base for help on how to do any of the actions covered in this video.